bows, a switch in my new tab. Police ain't touching me. A box of lows, I get them gone in Cali twice a week. Like 30K finna put that on my mouth, see my teeth before I speak. Can't box me in, just shook the knock, sliding the scat across the street. I heard the diss, this shit was weak. Grab my Dre, time to creep. And when it time, don't ask no question, hop out these count feet. If you ain't known it, throw the lob, I slam shit Dominique.
Why by the cake get the shaking? If you know the rich nigga, why not go take it? Put switches on glazes, ain't they got no safety. Put pounds on the road, hoping that they make it, nigga. This not the regular one, I got the faster one. Facing these woods, know a nigga not passing none. So many horses, a nigga not catching up. Lincoln with hoes be the reason they set you up. Bitches on glizzy, no fight with your arm out. Grip on the ground with the tie, with your burn them out. So many chains on my neck, got you stirring now. Net to the sword, nigga, if I put the word out. Shit on these niggas, I might leave a turd out. Most of these niggas I ain't even heard about. Sit through the earth, fly it, I put the bird out. Too many donuts down there to the curb out.
Won't catch the curb up any rate, hold the wheel, say today. Don't think it's sweet, cause how I look, make a smile, bake the cake. Then take a chain, cause it was fake. Rap niggas can't get a break. First young nigga out my hood with fish, still eating noodles for a steak. Just cook the plug, go fit the bowl, got him gone for the night. I still put it on, Dior the kicks, purple jean, hold the pipe. He think he slime, hey, to the left, shoot your ass with the right. I think he safe, cause he got locked, draw some bread, send a kite. Stump the gas, TRS truck, not the little SRT. Like 50 bows, a switch in my new tab. Police ain't touching me. A box of lows, I get them gone in Cali twice a week. Like 30K finna put that on my mouth, see my teeth before I speak. Can't box me in, just shook the knock, sliding the scat across the street. I heard the diss, this shit was weak. Grab my Dre, time to creep. And when it time, don't ask no question, hop out these count feet. If you ain't known it, throw the lob, I slam shit Dominique.
Oh shit, that boy Crispy Cam too crispy, goddamn.
He'll get next to you. Oh, he's a player. This is what he'll do. He's a player. He'll get next to you. Oh, he's a player. This is what he'll do.
Real road front, I front up the racks, I'm getting that money and speed. They want 100, now I'm like, what? No cap, discipline, J. Paddock for lead. I spent 50, my jeweler bust down, gang had to bust down big UCs. I come from nothing, bitch, I'm getting money, I'm slime, I'm signing the streets. Give her a dub, baby, I'm one of a kind, do your hair, your nails and feet. Hold on, she bust, her neck flooded, I'm out to buy her brand new piece. I had to get it like my mom dug it, I had to get up and get on my feet. I'ma keep going, cause my vibe die right now, who won't give money to feed? Walking a dealer like I want this, I want some shit, I could go top speed. I want some shit that's me and my bitch, throwing my chin with a big AP. Shit to the top, like mama, we lit. They hold me gone, cause you know I'm a beast. I'ma keep getting money, keep stacking the chips. If you run it up, I'm a slow nigga piece. She want a bird, cause she off a per kick rocks. I'ma say a little bitch to the street. Throw my mama 100, my sister 100. I got a whole nother family to feed. I was just out robbing, now I'm getting money. I ain't think about being rich overseas. Cartier bust down, two-tone flood. You ain't gotta be rich, so we'll bag you a piece. Rockstar baby, I'm living a dream. Leave a whole lot of blood on the scene. I'm a hyena, so fuck you mean. I'm a vulture, I'm flying with wings. Bitch, I'm a star, he ain't see what I seen. He ain't need 30s, nigga a fiend. Bro off the walk, in and out his dream. Chopper go cry, nigga lean.
We don't smoke the same.
Yeah, ain't nobody made me proud. Real shit, nigga. Nigga pay me down in my crib by myself. My bitches down, nigga. Strap out, get the patent bitches down, okay? Yeah. Nigga, ain't nobody made me proud. Okay. On some real shit, my bitch don't make me smile, okay. Nigga. Some real shit, I got keepers made me blind. Yeah, nigga, make my killers pat me down. Yeah. Nigga, ain't nobody made me proud. On some real shit, man, my bitch don't make me smile. I'm alone, I feel like I need my heat to walk around. Really living that, get the chills and shit, I'm feeling that. Since you say you do it big, then tell me where you do it at. In the streets ain't gotta be, that's where it's interfering at. I know shit be tragic, I was shedding tears while I was laughing. I know history about shit before my time, cause I was asking. She gon' choose to fuck me probably every time, cause I ain't average. I got on more than 20 carats, scoop a bitch up out the tears. My experience got me so far away, you not the nearest. I spent 17,000 on my teeth, these not veneers. I got 2 watches, finna buy another one, they souvenirs. Only thing you got out here for sure is you and yours. Bad news, don't wanna hear it. I'm in flesh, but like a spirit. The money only help the problems out, it never cured.
I could've picked you up, but you ain't wanna go, cause you was scared. Seen a nigga die, think he was traumatized, cause he was there. Nigga, how I'm fake, like how I cut you off, cause you was there. You cut your own string, you fell from the top, I hit the stairs. You took an elevator to the top, I hit the stairs. I'm in my own lane, I cut my brights on, I hit a deal. The first day I knew a nigga was stressed out, I hit a square. If I would've got caught for what I did, I get the cheer. I know a young nigga that said he drunk as fuck, he drinking beer. I seen a nigga die, he started crying blood, it was a tear. I know this one nigga that shoot your ass to death like you can't hear. I'm in the jungle with some lions and some tigers and the bears, why would I fear? If you showed me fake love back from the start, why would I care? I told my bitch I don't never tell the truth, why would I dare? All the shit I did for the city and the hood, bitch, I'm the man. I take it proud on the people by myself, no I ain't scared. Bitch, I got a ring on the one next to my pinky, but I ain't married. That ain't no coochie rush, you smoking if them buds don't look like cherry. Nigga tried to run, he caught some bullets when he passed, he look like Gary. In a bikini bottom with SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs, I feel like
You guys hear me? Drop one if you guys can hear me in the chat. Okay, perfect. Right. Let's make sure that we go ahead and get this link out to everybody on the squads, right? Anybody that you feel like would want to make some money today with the gang. So let's definitely go ahead and make sure we get this link out. But in terms of that, family, happy Thursday, right? We're here, the last live trading of the week, right? And it's actually the last day before we're gonna go ahead and begin the boot camp. So definitely gonna be excited for that. But in terms of everything today, right, just instantly kind of taking a look at the market. We just had some news, right? We had a little bit of news today so far. But we had the US dollar, we had unemployment claims, and then ISM services, right, just released at 10. So 10 o'clock, right, obviously on the dollar, you can see that we've gotten a little bit of a spike down to start. To me, truthfully, I was looking at gold, like from the perspective of like 5-minute accumulation. And I was kind of looking at this, like this last push down is like that spring. So for me personally, that's why I taken a position here, right before the news. And to me, it looks like we could potentially get that continuation higher, but more or less, if this accumulation of my eyes is valid, which to me kind of makes sense with just what happened with dollar just pushed straight down. So, you know, obviously if we're going to continue to see this go higher, dollar obviously is going to continue to go lower. So to me, it just makes a lot of sense to it makes a lot of sense to potentially see it flip to the upside if dollar obviously is going to continue down. Like I said, what we would have wanted to see yesterday was smaller time frame accumulation, which is exactly what we got throughout the course of the last day. Basically, since yesterday's stream, we've just kind of been like I said, creating this, like going into this phase B, phase C of the accumulation. So definitely looks like I said, there's some potential there. 30 actually came into the area that we're looking at for potential reaction towards the upside. Nas looks like it didn't take the high of the day. So we may actually continue higher, but 30 looks like we actually are probably gonna go higher. Like the hourly actually looks like we could potentially just keep dropping. So basically off of 30 right now, what I would want to see is like a break above here for longs, but truthfully we could just see us fall and continue lower from here. There's a little IPA right above as well, but we can see even yesterday we didn't really quite come above to that last area yesterday even. So we might not do it today either, with it being 10:16. We may just see this dump, right, break down from here. So to me, just overall looking at it, like I said, on hourly, it really looks like we could break down. But like on the smaller time frames, that's like really where we could see potentially that upward movement. But to me, right, just to at least see price maybe push deeper into this IPA, right? If you're able to maybe get in a little bit higher up in this IPA too, you could cut down the risk potentially. But even kind of getting in just where price is currently at, have your stop above the high. Not even above the high if you sit here, break it down in 3 minute. If you just really even have your stop here, you could have potentially about a 15-point stop. And I'll work it out to about a 1 to 8 to see this break down to here. So in terms of 30, I feel like we probably break down a little bit lower. Nas, the same thing. Nas looked a little bit cleaner for shorts, just based off of where we came to. In terms of just this daily structure. So what we could potentially see on Nas as well as shorts, you could really have your stop above this wick right here. But one thing to note, there's like a slight IPA in here. So you could really kind of look to enter here as well, right? If you didn't want to get in right now. But to me, getting in right now wouldn't be, like I said, the worst thing. And it would still be about a 1 to 5 from this upper area. So to me, still kind of makes sense. Like I said, if you get in right now, it'd be about like a 13-point risk would be kind of it being safe. But to me, like I said, there's a little IPA right above, so we could see it come into this area. But to me, we have liquidity on the downside. We have these equal lows, right? We have a good first target in terms of making a new low of the day. The only reason why I like shorts too is because that on Nas we didn't take the high of the day. So the fact that we didn't take the high of the day and we had basically all the news events drop is just showing me that this structure, this bear structure, is just really being respected. So with that, you can see price kind of wicked up a little bit in here. So like I said, if you entered Nas, to me, it's clean, right? It's clean in my eyes to continue towards the downside, right? If we're really gonna sit here and see things kind of play out, so it'll be interesting to say the least. But you know, if you took Nas with me, ideally it would be about a 13-point risk. We're looking for about 83 on the flip just for that first quick little target. US 30. Right, looks like we're just come back into the same area. So like I said, Nas is a little bit cleaner with the entry, but 30 to me kind of gave us that. Like 30 right now just really looks like it's gonna do exactly what kind of Nas did, in terms of just filling insufficiency and really just being allowing us to be able to walk price down even lower. So to me, if 30 pushes above here, to me Nas in terms of entry area is a little bit cleaner, just from what I saw. So I wouldn't really look to play like the two of these. Like I would just pick one. To me, Nas, like I said, is a little bit cleaner in terms of entry area. Nas is normally very good at just sweeping like these lows and these highs of the day. So to me, to see this low get taken is very, it seems very realistic. In terms of 30, like I said, the smaller time frame looked like we could have gone higher, but smaller time or higher time frame is showing that we could really just dump at any second. So the structure, like I said, is just not as clean on 30 as it is on NAS, but we can see DXY is kind of chilling. So to me, like I said, whatever dollar does today is going to kind of dictate, in my eyes, just how we really close the end of the week overall. So Goldie, what's Goldie doing? Like I said, I like gold longs. What did we really come in here and fill? I don't know. We could really dip out of here. Like, I'm not gonna say that. Like, I guess you could enter, but it's like I don't really. Like, I wouldn't take this personally from here. But it's like if you were to really like thirsty for an entry for gold, maybe you could position yourself in here. Right? To me, what I would personally want to see is just us maybe come a little bit lower into here. So this would be ideally what I would want. It would only be like an extra couple points or a couple pips in terms of the stop loss. But to me, like, I really just would want to see this continue higher. Like I said, the only thing that really stops this from continuing higher is obviously dollar. But overall, like I said, the smaller time frame accumulation, right? We just created just a lot of liquidity for us to take on the upside. So to me, in terms of target wise, it just makes a lot of sense to see us come to at least this area. Right. Before we ideally get a reaction. So to me, this is kind of what I'm looking and seeing in terms of gold. Obviously, like I said, we could dump. If we dump, it's just because dollar obviously wants to continue higher, which is fine. Right. Nas, if you guys took Nas, we're almost at TP1. Nice little dumpage. Like I said, Nas was just a little bit cleaner than 30. Like I said, 30 reacted nice out of this area too. Basically the same area that we were looking at in terms of the what is it, hourly? What is it, 4 hour? Yeah, really just this 15-minute candle that we were looking at was really where we came and we got this reaction out of. Like I said, Nas was just a little bit cleaner. 30 kind of lagged around, right? Fuck around and find out. Nas seems like it kind of just broke down a little bit easier. Just obviously from looking at it. 30 obviously kind of wicked up a little bit. Nas just broke down. So drop a Nas if you guys are in Nas with me, right? Because like I said, ideally you guys should be up a little quick. Some you guys could look to potentially break even. Ideally you should have risked about like 13 points, give or take. And yeah, you know, our first target are these equal lows. So in terms of that, up about like went up about a 1 to 3. But overall, our first target is looking like we are going to make it there okay, right? So in terms of that, if you guys are in Nas, ideally, like I said, past this point, right, really what I would want to see in terms of liquidity, like I think we could really break down a lot lower once we break down below this area. Like I'm really looking to see a lot of these lows get taken, right? So price is currently at 15,000, like 299. I would want to see it come down to about like 14,000, like literally. To me, more or less where I'm looking is this area for potential take profit. Right. So looking at just where this target lies in terms of just risk to reward, right? This would be about a 1 to 40 from where we entered. Like I said, you should be up literally like 40 points, give or so. But ideally, like I said, we sniped the top of this re-entry in terms of the 15-minute, 5-minute, right? If you're not in, then shit, I feel bad for you, right? But ideally, like I said, we're approaching this target 1, so you should just be looking to potentially pay yourself, like I said, a little bit. But overall, like I said, we risked 13 points really. Our first target equal lows were about literally, 20-30 points away. And to get to our next target, right, we're about like 400 points, right, give or take. So to me, this is really something that we could probably get to either today or tomorrow. Just depending on obviously how volatile we are to end this hour. But if you took gold, did anyone get into gold? Drop a gold if you guys managed to get into gold. Like I said, you guys could have just literally bought it from that point that we discussed. If you just had the little tight stop loss, ideally, like I said, you would have been able to position yourself fairly decent, right? So good to see, Jessica, that you position yourself. I know I could always count on my Libra twin to get into gold. Right, but ideally, like I said, first target for gold, what we're looking to target is about 1945. So if you entered from this area, give or take, right, you would be looking at about a 1 to 10 just to that first target, okay? So just make sure that if you guys are in, you guys are looking to pay yourself here first, but ideally overall what I would really expect to see is after this area, I would really be looking to target like literally this 1963 and even higher area, right? So overall, right, if we're looking at this from the perspective of just a re-entry, right, to this higher take profit, it's about a 1 to 28, almost a 1 to 29. Our first take profit is literally a 1 to 10 on the dot. So it's really just beautiful in terms of the direction, right, with what we caught today. Like I said, it's just, it's pretty clean. It's just the aftermath of the news, just being able to follow the direction of the market. But overall, to me, there's not too much more that I'm looking at. So I'm really just going to wrap it up here, 10:30. Right, like I said, in terms of entries, this is really all I see. We position ourselves where we should be in the moves. I gave you the re-entry for gold. So realistically, like I said, this is just something that, this is beautiful, right? So if you guys took NAS, like I said, take profit 1 basically has hit. So this is just something that, shit, it's just, I don't know how much more cleaner you could really ask for a move to be, truthfully. Shit, like this is really just something that like I said, we dumped fairly fast, right? So in terms of just being able to consistently catch positions, it's just the ability to identify these points of interest, right? And also to be able to identify where the overall market, like where the direction wants to head. Okay, so in terms of that, like I said, if you guys really want to participate in the boot camp, like this is just an example of what the boot camp, like I said, a lot of you guys, like there's people that pay for mentorship, and it's like people pay for trash mentorship. You guys are not getting no value, you're not making no money. And then there's someone like me who runs free calls fucking 3 times a week, and it's like the opportunity to make money is literally endless, but then people are just not taking advantage of it. So to me, it's just really, being able to plug and play. But in terms of that, family, I love and appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow, family. TP1 has hit on NAS. Enjoy the little snack, 80 points. Right, if you guys took Goldie, lovely structure closed 2 for 10:30. So in terms of that, family, I love and appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip. Peace.